From the moment you took your first breath, you were not alone. Every particle in your body, every neuron firing in your brain, every vibration of your heart has been entangled with forces beyond what your eyes can see. This is not poetry, it is physics. Quantum entanglement is one of the most mysterious and undeniable phenomena ever discovered by science. When two particles become entangled, their states are linked instantly, no matter how far apart they are. Change one, and the other responds immediately, faster than light, as if distance no longer exists. Albert Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. What he couldn't explain is why it feels so familiar to the human heart. Think of the times when you suddenly thought of a loved one, only to receive their message moments later. Or when you felt a shift in your energy because someone you care about was going through something, even if they were thousands of miles away. These are not coincidences. They are glimpses of the entanglement field. Quantum entanglement is not limited to particles in a lab. It is the very structure of consciousness. You are a living node in an infinite web of connection, your thoughts and emotions rippling outward, touching realities far beyond your physical body. When you send love, when you hold intention, when you visualize a possibility, those vibrations don't stay inside you. They entangle with the field of everything. Modern science struggles to explain why this happens, but ancient wisdom already knew. The mystics called it oneness. The shamans called it the web of life, and the sages called it the divine thread. Today, quantum physics gives us the language to understand what spirituality has always whispered. Separation is an illusion. Your consciousness is not a solitary island. It is a frequency transmitter woven into the cosmic fabric. The choices you make, the energy you cultivate, the vibrations you hold, all of them travel instantly through this web, influencing outcomes, drawing synchronicities, shaping what we call reality. To understand entanglement is to realize that nothing you do is insignificant. Every thought is a signal. Every feeling is a broadcast. Every intention is a quantum command. And because of this, you are infinitely more powerful than you have ever been told.
In 1935, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen published a paper that would shake the foundations of physics. They described a thought experiment meant to expose what they saw as flaws in quantum mechanics. What they unintentionally did was introduce the world to the EPR paradox, the seed of what we now call quantum entanglement. At the heart of this paradox lies a question. How can two particles, separated by vast distances, remain connected in such a way that the measurement of one instantly determines the state of the other? According to classical physics, this is impossible. Information cannot travel faster than light. Yet entanglement laughs at these limits. Decades later, experiments by physicist Elaine Aspect in the 1980s confirmed what Einstein feared but couldn't accept. Entangled particles are inseparable in their behavior, no matter the distance. The results were undeniable. Reality does not operate as a collection of isolated objects, but as an interconnected field where separation is only an appearance. Science calls this non-locality. Spirituality calls it unity. Both point to the same truth. At the deepest level, everything is connected. Now, consider what this means for your life. If subatomic particles can remain entangled across galaxies, why would your consciousness be any different? Your thoughts are not confined to your brain. Your emotions are not trapped in your body. Just like those particles, your awareness is entangled with the people you love, the places you've been, and even the future you're stepping into. This is why intention matters. When you focus on a desire with clarity and emotion, you're not just wishing, you're broadcasting into the entangled field. And somewhere, somehow, reality begins to reorganize. Science has only begun to scratch the surface of this mystery, but you live it every day. Entanglement is why synchronicities feel like messages. It's why certain people enter your life at the exact right moment. It's why your vibration can lift others even when you say nothing at all. The lab results confirm what your soul already knows. Reality is not random. It is responsive, participatory, and deeply entangled.
If quantum entanglement proves that particles are inseparable across distance, then what does that say about us, beings made of trillions of particles? The truth is profound. Your connections with others are not emotional metaphors, they are quantum realities. Think of someone you care about deeply. Have you ever noticed how you think of them and almost instantly they call or message you? Or how you can sense their mood before they say a word? These are not coincidences. They are entanglement in action, playing out at the human level. Every relationship you form generates an energetic link, a vibrational frequency that resonates within the field of reality. The stronger the emotional charge, whether love, friendship, or even conflict, the stronger the entanglement. That's why you can feel a loved one's distress from miles away, or why someone's joy can lift your spirits without them saying a single word. Science may call this mirror neurons or empathic resonance, but those terms only scratch the surface. At its core, this is vibrational communication happening beyond the limits of space and time. Your consciousness doesn't need physical proximity to connect. It already shares a frequency with the people in your life. And here's the crucial part. You can tune this frequency. Just as radios adjust to find the clearest signal, you can adjust your internal state, your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions to amplify the quality of your connections. When you raise your vibration, you don't just feel better, you literally strengthen the resonance of the bonds you share with others. This is why healers can send energy across oceans, why prayers reach loved ones in hospitals, why collective meditation studies show measurable effects on crime rates and social harmony. The field responds when enough minds and hearts vibrate in coherence.
So imagine the possibilities when you consciously cultivate the frequency of love, compassion, and gratitude. Your relationships stop being accidental, they become intentional. Your connections stop draining you, they start fueling your evolution. You're no longer just interacting with people, you're co-creating reality with them. Imagine reality not as a solid structure, but as a vast symphony of vibrations. Every atom, every photon, every thought resonates at a specific frequency, like instruments playing within the orchestra of existence. When you understand this, you realize that vibration is the primary language of the universe. Science confirms this through quantum mechanics. Particles vibrate, fields oscillate, waves ripple through the fabric of space-time. Spiritual traditions echo this truth, describing the universe as sound, light, or divine resonance. What both agree upon is that everything, seen and unseen, communicates through vibration. Your thoughts are not silent. They generate measurable electromagnetic patterns in the brain. Your emotions are not private. They send waves through your heart's electromagnetic field, extending far beyond your body. Together, these frequencies broadcast your state of being into the quantum field, influencing not only your experience, but also the reality around you. This is why environments feel different. Walk into a room filled with tension, and you sense it immediately. Step into a space where people are joyful, and you feel uplifted. The vibrations of consciousness are constantly shaping the field, whether or not people are aware of it. Here's the extraordinary part. Vibration doesn't just describe reality, it directs it. When you align your inner frequency with the outcomes you desire, the quantum field mirrors that alignment. This is why healers, mystics, and advanced practitioners emphasize gratitude, love, and compassion not as moral commands, but as vibrational keys that unlock higher realities. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you want to hear a certain station, you don't demand the station to change. You adjust your dial. Likewise, to experience a higher reality, you don't force the world to shift. You raise your vibration to match the frequency of that reality. When you master this, you stop being a passive listener in the cosmic orchestra. You become an active musician, intentionally shaping the song of your life. Every thought becomes a note, every intention a chord, every aligned action a melody woven into the fabric of existence. And the universe? It responds in perfect harmony.
For centuries, science and spirituality have been painted as opposites. Two rival camps locked in endless debate. One insists on evidence, the other on faith. One measures particles, the other meditates on mysteries. But quantum entanglement is the great reconciler, the missing link that shows both perspectives were pointing to the same truth all along. When physicists say particles remain connected beyond distance, they are describing what mystics called oneness. When psychologists speak of perception shaping reality, they echo ancient wisdom that, as within, so without. The language may differ, but the essence is identical. Consciousness and reality are inseparable. This bridge matters because humanity has long suffered under the illusion of separation. Science without spirit
reduces life to mechanical randomness, stripping existence of meaning. Spirituality without science risks floating into dogma and blind belief. But when the two converge, something extraordinary happens. Knowledge becomes wisdom, and wisdom becomes power. Imagine a scientist running the double-slit experiment, discovering that observation alters outcomes. They might describe it in equations, probabilities, and mathematical models. Meanwhile, a meditator reaches deep stillness, realizing their awareness shapes their experience of the world. One speaks the language of physics, the other the language of spirit. But they are both describing the observer effect, two vantage points of the same universal principle. The real breakthrough comes when you stop choosing sides. You don't have to abandon reason to embrace mystery, nor reject intuition to honor logic. You are the bridge. Your mind can process equations while your heart perceives vibrations. Your spirit can touch infinity while your intellect maps the stars. By embracing both, you unlock the full spectrum of human potential. You gain the clarity of science and the depth of spirituality, the precision of measurement and the expansiveness of meditation. This integration is what creates coherence, an inner alignment so powerful that reality itself bends to your observation. The message is clear. The divide was never real. Science was always a language to describe the sacred, and spirituality was always an attempt to live in harmony with the laws that science is only now beginning to measure. When you walk this bridge, you stop being a seeker torn between two worlds. You become a master who understands there has only ever been one.
Every teaching about manifestation, every spiritual practice that speaks of attracting or creating your reality, rests upon a single quantum principle. What you observe with coherence becomes your experience. Observation is not passive. It is the act of collapsing infinite probabilities into a single outcome. But here's the hidden key. Not all observation carries the same power. Random, scattered, or doubtful attention creates fuzzy, unstable realities. Coherent observation, focused, aligned, and vibrationally consistent, produces results with precision and speed. Think about the difference between a flashlight and a laser. Both use light, but one spreads and dissipates, while the other concentrates into a force strong enough to cut through steel. Your consciousness works the same way. Scattered thoughts are weak light. Aligned awareness is a laser beam that carves reality into form. Coherence emerges when your thoughts, emotions, and intentions vibrate in harmony. When you want something, but secretly doubt it, the field receives mixed signals, and reality reflects confusion. But when your desire, belief, and feeling align perfectly, the universe responds as if your outcome were already a law of physics. This is why practices like meditation, visualization, or affirmations work for some people, but not others. It's not the technique, it's the coherence behind the technique. You can repeat affirmations all day, but if your vibration is broadcasting lack, the field mirrors lack. Yet a single moment of pure, coherent knowing can manifest results that defy probability. Coherent observation doesn't mean straining or forcing.
It means entering the same calm certainty with which you trust gravity or the rising of the sun. You don't hope the sun will rise tomorrow. You know it will. Apply that same frequency of knowing to your desired reality, and manifestation becomes inevitable. Here's the extraordinary part. Coherence doesn't just change your personal life. It radiates outward, influencing collective fields. This is why groups who meditate together can lower crime rates in entire cities. Why communities praying in alignment can accelerate healing. Coherence multiplies when shared, amplifying outcomes far beyond individual influence. When you master coherent observation, you no longer ask, "Will my manifestation come?" Instead, you live from the recognition that it already exists in the quantum field, and that your awareness is simply selecting which version of reality to experience. The moment you embody that truth, reality stops being random. It becomes responsive. It becomes yours to command.
Many people wonder, how do I know if I'm truly aligned with the quantum field? How can I be sure my vibration is coherent? The answer lies not in abstract theories, but in the very signs your daily life reveals. Here are some of the unmistakable indicators that your consciousness is already tuned in to the frequency of manifestation and alignment. Synchronicities multiply. You begin to notice patterns that feel too precise to be coincidence. Numbers repeating, songs playing at the perfect moment, chance encounters that lead to life-changing opportunities. These are not random. They are feedback from the field, confirming that your vibration and reality are syncing. Time distorts around you. Hours can feel like minutes when you're in flow, or a few minutes stretch into what feels like eternity during moments of expanded awareness. This isn't imagination. It's your consciousness stepping outside the rigid grid of linear time. Intuition sharpens. You just know things without evidence. You sense the outcome of choices before you make them. Your gut feelings turn into direct knowing, guiding you with precision that logic alone could never provide. Energy sensitivity increases. Crowded spaces feel overwhelming because you pick up subtle frequencies from others. At the same time, natural environments feel more alive, as if trees, rivers, and skies are speaking to you. Your perception is expanding beyond the visible spectrum. Technology responds to you. Devices glitch when your energy is turbulent, then work flawlessly when you are calm and aligned. Notifications appear at the exact moment you think of someone. The digital world mirrors your internal vibration. Dreams become portals. Your dreams are no longer random fragments. They transform into symbolic teachings, interdimensional journeys, or previews of future events. Sleep becomes a continuation of your conscious evolution rather than an escape from it. Relationships transform. People either gravitate toward you with openness and trust, or distance themselves because your vibration disrupts their comfort zones. You begin to attract connections that are purposeful, supportive, and deeply aligned. Inner peace deepens. Even when challenges arise, you sense an underlying calm, as if a deeper intelligence is orchestrating everything perfectly. Fear loses its grip, replaced by trust in the flow of existence. If you've recognized even a few of these signs, it means you're already living in resonance with the quantum field. You're no longer guessing. You're receiving direct confirmation that your frequency is aligned. And the more you acknowledge these signs, the stronger they become. Awareness amplifies coherence. Recognition accelerates evolution. By noticing, you invite the field to reveal even more evidence that you are indeed already tuned in.
At some point, recognition must transform into embodiment. It's one thing to glimpse synchronicities, to feel intuition, to sense vibrations. It's another to fully claim your role as a quantum authority, a conscious creator who understands that reality is not happening to you, but through you. Quantum authority does not mean control in the rigid, forceful sense. It means alignment. It means becoming so coherent that the universe itself mirrors your inner state with precision. When you walk in this awareness, life stops feeling like a sequence of random challenges and starts flowing like a deliberate design. This authority begins with a choice: to stop playing small, to stop doubting the signs you've been receiving, to stop dismissing the synchronicities as chance. You've seen too much, felt too much, to pretend that reality is blind and mechanical. The field has been whispering to you, guiding you, preparing you for this exact moment. Stepping into quantum authority is about taking responsibility, not blame, but power. It's about recognizing that your frequency sets the tone for your entire reality. When you vibrate in fear, you create worlds of fear. When you vibrate in trust, you create pathways of trust. When you hold coherence in love, compassion, and gratitude, reality reorganizes to reflect those states back to you. And the more you embody this truth, the more others will feel it in your presence. Your life becomes a demonstration. Your coherence radiates outward, creating ripples in the collective field. People around you begin to awaken without you even speaking a word. You become what mystics call a living transmission, a being who teaches simply by existing. This is the invitation before you, to graduate from observer to commander, from student of vibration to embodiment of frequency, from seeker of signs to source of synchronicity. You are not here to wonder if consciousness creates reality. You are here to live as proof that it does.